In this video, we are going to be working on solving literal equations when it comes to word problems. So we're just going to be doing the odd problems just to show you guys that they do match up with the answers. And then the evens, I'm sure you guys can figure it out hopefully at the end of this video, just to give you some guidance. It says a rectangular solid has a base. So we're talking about a rectangle here, has a base with length of 6 and a width of 4 centimeters. The volume, so this whole thing here. So perhaps this is 6 and this is 4. So the volume in total is 72 cubic centimeters. Find the height of the solid. So to know your rectangle, so your rectangle volume is your length times your width times your height. So they gave us the rectangle's volume overall. So it's 72 cubic centimeters. They also told us that the length was 6, the width was 4, and the height we don't know. So when it comes to these literal equations, we can first figure out a picture of what it might look like, and then design the equation. So notice that we're just multiplying your length times your width times your height. So that being said, we have 72 is equal to 24h. So notice that 24 is being multiplied by h. So we're going to go ahead and divide by 24. So then h is equal to 72 divided by 24, which is 3. So we're going to have a height equal to 3. Number 27 says a principal of $2,000 was invested in a savings account for 4 years. If the interest earned for that period was 480, what is the interest rate? So in this one, you're going to need a little bit of background with finance. So we would know that your interest earned is equal to your present value, which is called your principal, is what you have right now. It's your original starting value. So your present value times your rate and times your time. So they're saying that over time, just by having it sit in an account, you earned this much money. So $480 is equal to $2,000 times your rate times your time. So they said 4 years, and we're not sure of your rate. So 2,000 times 4 is 8,000. Then R. So then R, in order to get R alone, we're going to have to divide 480 divided by 8,000, or 8,000. There we go. So divide by 8,000. R is equal to 0.06 or 6%. To go from a decimal into a percent, you're just moving that decimal place over 2 to the right-hand side. Let's take a look at 29. It says the radius of a base of a cone. So we're looking at the base of a cone. So a cone, right? A cone shape, kind of like a party hat, is circular on the bottom. So we have a circle. They're saying that the radius is 3. So if the volume itself is equal to 24, find the height of the cone. Well, the area, or sorry, we need your circle. So your circle is pi r squared. And we're multiplying that by your height from here. So again, pi r squared is coming from the area of your circle. And then we're talking about your height added onto it, which is your volume. So the volume of a cone should be pi r squared over h. Oh, and then we actually, what was it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, a third of it. Pi r squared h over 3. So keep in mind with that third, I'll put that over here. With that third, this whole thing can be rewritten as over 3. So keep in mind, this is really just over 1. So we can multiply top to top, bottom to bottom, and this would be your volume. So volume is 24 pi is equal to pi r, your radius 3 squared. We don't know your h, and it's being divided by 3. So we have 24 pi is equal to pi times 9, or 9 pi, h over 3. So we have 24 pi is equal to 3 pi h. 3 pi is being multiplied by h, so we're going to divide it out. Your pi's can cancel, so now it's just 24 divided by 3, which is 8 of your height. Okay. Keep in mind, or sorry, I did not say this before, but the reason why we have a 3 here is that when we're talking about your volume, the cone is kind of coming from the cylinder. So each cone fills the cylinder to 1/3 of its quantity. So that's just like, that's why the 1/3 is there. So let's move on to 31 right here. The perimeter of a rectangle is 60. So perimeter, keep in mind, perimeter is just kind of you walking around the outside. So they're telling us that the perimeter is 60. And if we're talking about walking around, we have these two values here are the same, and those two are the same. So if we know that the length is 18, that means this one is also 18. And if these two, we don't know your width or whatever your variable is, right? We can just put it as is. So we want to find its width, knowing that its length is 18. So its perimeter, walking around this structure, your perimeter is equal to 18 plus 18 plus W plus W. Think about this really being 2 length plus 2 width, right? 2 of these will make your length. So we have P is equal to 36 plus 2W, which is equal to, in total, 60. So subtracting your 36 by 60, we'll get 24. So now you have 2W is equal to 24. Divide by 2, we get W is equal to 12, or 12 feet. Make sure you put your units on them. Last up, we have 33. A principal of $5,000 was invested in a time deposit account paying 9% annual interest. If the amount in the account at the end of a certain period was $7,250, for how long was the money invested? So again, this is coming from a little financial background. So in order to get a future value out, we're talking about your present value, or your principal, times 1 plus your rate times your time. So if we have 7,250 is equal to your $5,000 that you put in, times 1 plus the annual rate, interest rate of 9%, or 0.09, t, in which we don't know. So first thing we want to do, if 5,000 is being multiplied, we're going to divide it to the other side. So let's see, 7,000, that's not going to come out nicely. So what we can do is either make a fraction or keep it as is, or you can kind of get rid of one of your zeros. Let's just say your teachers are going to be okay with rounding to 2 decimal places. So you have 1 plus 0.09t. Again, we're interested in t here, and this 1 isn't really needed. So we can go ahead and subtract 1. So then we're left with negative 0.45 is equal to, oh, did I do something wrong? Nope, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I thought that negative should be there. 1.45 minus 1 should be just a positive 45. So then you're left with 0.019, and we're going to divide that out. Now, when you go ahead and divide 0.45 by 0.09, we should go ahead and get 5 or 5 years. And that's what we have.